Welcome students. Today we are going to start chapter number 5, Introduction to Euclid Geometry. Okay, we will complete this chapter in 2 sessions, and this chapter the questions will not come from this chapter. This chapter is only for understanding. ठीक है, एग्जाम्स में इस चैप्टर से कोई भी क्वेश्चंस नहीं आएंगे क्योंकि ये चैप्टर केवल अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए. दिस चैप्टर इज नॉट फॉर assessment as per CBSE curriculum. It has been deleted for assessment since last year. Okay, so only understanding के लिए ये chapter पढ़ना है. So we'll complete this chapter in 2 sessions. Okay, so let us start with the first concept, that is geometry. The word geometry comes from the Greek words geo, meaning the earth. Geo means earth, and metron meaning to measure. And this geometry appears to have originated from the need for measuring land. Okay, so the branch of mathematics was studied in various forms in every ancient civilization, be it in Egypt, Babylonia, China, India, Greece, the Incas, etc. Okay, and the Greeks developed geometry in a very systematic manner. Three Greek mathematicians, namely Thales 600 BC, Pythagoras, Thales people 572 BC, and Euclid 300 BC, contributed a lot on geometry. Okay, बहुत सारे इसमें historical history है, but हम लोग केवल concentrate कर रहे हैं. We will concentrate on Euclids. Okay. Now the next is Thales proved that a circle is bisected by its diameter. Okay. Thales actually Thales is credited with giving the first known proof, and this is the first known proof. And Pythagoras developed the theory of geometry to a great extent, and Euclid introduced the method of proving mathematical results by using deductive logical reasoning and the previously proved results. The geometry of plane figures is known as Euclidean geometry. Okay, so now we'll move towards the next topic. This is also his famous book Elements, divided into 13 chapters, contains wonderful results on geometry. He began his exposition by listing 23 definitions in book 1 of the elements, and a few of them we are going to discuss. The first one is that a point is that which has no part. Okay, if you carefully study the definition, you find that some of the terms like part, okay, part is undefined. Like that, for every definition some part is undefined. Okay, we'll first discuss all the definitions. The second one is a line. A line is a breadthless length. And the third one is the ends of a line are points. And the fourth one, a straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. And the fifth one, a surface is that which has length and breadth only. And the sixth one, the edges of a surfaces are lines. ठीक है, कोई भी एक बुक के जो edges है वो सारे lines होते हैं, right? A plane surface is a surface. Next one, a plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. Now, if you carefully study these all definitions, you find that some of the terms like in first part and the second one, breadthless, breadth, length, evenly, etc., need to be further explained. These are all the terms which need to be further explained clearly. For example, consider the definition of a point. Okay, in this definition, a part needs to be defined. Suppose if you define a part, हम लोग मान लो part को define कर रहे हैं that something occupies space or area. Okay, again area is to be defined, needs to be defined. ठीक है, so to define one thing you need to define many other things. You may get a long chain of definitions without an end. ठीक है, एक को डिफाइन करने के लिए दूसरे को डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा, दूसरे के लिए तीसरे, ऐसे एक बड़ा से चेन बनते जाएगा, लंबा से चेन बनते जाएगा. सो इन सम ज्योमेट्रिकल टर्म्स अनडिफाइंड वर्ड इज देयर. सो what the Euclids did that undefined, जो जितने भी undefined words है, because of these a few terms are kept undefined while developing any course of study. So in geometry we take a point, line and plane. Okay, in Euclid's words of plane surface as undefined terms, and the only thing is that we can represent them in intuitively or explain them with the help of physical models. Okay, so Euclid's axioms, Euclid's assumed that certain properties which were not to be proved, and these assumptions are actually obvious universal truth, and he divides those universal truth in two parts. One is axiom and another is postulates. So we'll see one by one what is postulates, what is axioms. So first we'll discuss about postulates. Okay, so postulates are universal truth without any proof. It does not require any proof, and postulates are assumptions specifically used for geometry. It is not used for any other area of mathematics. Now let us move towards the axiom. Axioms are also universal truth without any proof. It does not require any proof, जो हमेशा universal truth होता है. But there is a difference in axioms, is that these are the assumption used throughout mathematics and not specifically linked to geometry. Geometry में भी use होता है but not specifically. Postulates हमेशा geometry में होता है, but axiom जो है that is used in all the areas of mathematics. Okay, throughout mathematics. So now we are going to discuss about Euclid's 7 axioms. So let us start with the first axiom: things which are equal to the same thing. After I'm reading all these 7 axioms, I will perform some activities. You can go through that for better understanding. Once again, I told you that before last year, this two topics was very important: 7 axioms and 5 postulates. Euclid का 7 axiom और Euclid's का 5 postulates. But now these are all topic only for understanding, not for examination point of view. Right? Curriculum में ये वाला chapter assessment के लिए नहीं है. Chapter number 5, that is Introduction to Euclid Geometry. This chapter is only for understanding. So second one, if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. The third one, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. So while doing activity, I will repeat all this once again. Okay, तो आप लोग को अगर याद हो जाए तो बहुत अच्छा है, because some of the questions are based on these axioms and some are based on postulates also. And the fourth one, things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. The whole is greater than the part. This is very important. The fifth one, things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. Things which are half of the same things are equal to one another. So these are the 7 axioms. Now we are going to perform activities. Okay.
The first axiom is things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. So I have these three things. So let us take it as one thing. Now these two things are equal to the same thing. Okay, how you have to consider? Just I am coinciding with these two things. These two things are exactly coincide with each other. Okay. Now I am going to coincide with these two. These two are also equal to each other. So these two things are equal to the same thing. So these two are equal to one another. Okay. So ये एक example हो गया first axiom का. You can take as if x is equals to y, two things are equals to the same things. Okay. These two things are equal to the same things. So we conclude that these two things are equal to each other. So ये तो हो गया मैथमेटिकली. Otherwise we can take one more example. If suppose area of one rectangle is equal to area of triangle, okay, and area of rectangle is also equals to area of square, then area of square and area of triangles are equal to each other. Okay, now let us see one more activity. I have 3 cards with me, so मैं यहाँ पे रख दिया और 3 cards यहाँ पे रख दिया. ठीक है. Now I am going to add. Now these 3 are equals. Now I am going to add 2 equals. ठीक है. 2 equals यहाँ पे डाल दिया और यहाँ पे डाल दिया. Now here it will become 5. Here it will become 5. So we conclude that if equals are added to equals, पहले equals कितना था 3. Now what equals we added 2. Then the wholes are also equal to each other. Okay. Now see, we can see one more example mathematically. See, x plus 2 is equals to 2x plus 2 is equals to x minus 3 ले लो. Now I am going to add 3 to both sides. These two are equal and equals we are adding, so we will get 2x plus 5 is equals to 6. So these two are also equal. और अभी जो हम लोग यहाँ पे जो किए थे पहले से 2-3 कार्ड्स थे, what we did, हम लोग 2 कार्ड्स यहाँ पे ऐड किए, so यहाँ पे 5 हो गया, यहाँ पे 5 हो गया इस एक्टिविटी में. Now suppose I have 7 cards in both. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here also 7 and here also 7. ठीक है. Now I am going to take equals from this 2. मैं दोनों निकाल देता हूँ. See, 2 and 2. I have subtracted, removed 2 equals. Now here 5 left. Here also 5 left. So we conclude that if equals are subtracted from equals, then the remainders are also equal. यहाँ remainder कितना हो गया 5 हो गया, right? पहले कितना था 7. So now we have seen 3 axioms. First axiom कौन सा देखें? Things which are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. And if equals are added to the equals, then wholes are equal. And the third one, if equals are subtracted from the equals, then remainders are also equal. Now let us move towards the fourth one. See, these two are things. Now what we are going to do, we are coincide with each other. These two things. तो ये exactly coincide हो रहा है, देखो. These two are exactly coincide with each other. So we conclude that things which are coincide with each other are equal to each other. So this is the fourth axiom. ठीक है? I repeat once again, things which are coincide with each other, things which are coincide with each other are equal to each other. Right? Now अभी मैं एक काम कर रहा हूं, ये होल है, इसमें से एक छोटा सा पार्ट में निकाल दिया. राइट. नाउ होल, ये पूरा होल था. नाउ दीज आर द पार्ट्स ऑफ दिस होल. सो व्हाट वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग दैट द होल इज ऑलवेज ग्रेटर देन इट्स पार्ट. दोनों पार्ट से बड़ा है. नाउ यू कैन टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ आवर हाउस. ओके, हाउस में एक बेडरूम जो है वो पार्ट है, and house is a whole and kitchen is also a part. So whole house is always greater than its part. Take an example of our school. Classroom. Your class, 9th class. 9th class is a part of your school. So school is a whole and you take any classroom. So that class is a part of your school and school is always greater than its part. You can take your example of India. हम लोग अपना कंट्री के एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं. You take in any state, take the example of Madhya Pradesh. So Madhya Pradesh is a part of India and India is always greater than its part. So that is why हम लोग ये, this is the fifth axiom, the whole is always greater than its part. That is why this fifth axiom is considered as a universal truth. Okay, universal axiom. So now let us move towards the another one. देखिए मैं यहाँ पे 3 कार्ड्स रखा हूँ. I get 3 cards. Here also 3 and here also 3. Now I am going to double the cards. यहाँ पे double मतलब उतने ही cards फिर से रख दो. 3. So how much cards we got here? 6. Here also we got 6. So that means the things which are double, the same things are equal to one another. So this is the 6th axiom. Now let us move towards the last one. अगर इसी को हम लोग आधा कर दें, अभी मान लो यहाँ पे 8 और यहाँ पर भी 8 है, हम लोग इसको आधा आधा कर देते हैं. आधा आधा मीन्स 4 निकाल देते हैं. 8 का हाफ 4. यहाँ से 4 निकाल दिए और यहाँ से 4 निकाल दिए. So how many left over here? 4. How many left over here? 4. That means if things which are half of the same things are equal to one another. Okay? Mathematically हम लोग उसको कैसे करेंगे? डबल वाले को मान लो x is equals to y है. If we double, then also these two are equal. If suppose x is equals to y, if we take half of both sides, then also they are equal to each other. So we have seen all the 7 axioms. I am going to repeat once again. Things which are equal to the same things are equal to each other. If the things are doubled, then if equals are added to the equals, then wholes are equal. If equals are subtracted from the equals, then the remainders are equal. Things which are coincide with each other, then they are equal to each other. The whole is always greater than its part. Things which are double the same things are equal to each other. Things which are half of the same things are equal to each other. So these are the 7 axioms of Euclid. Okay, so you have to remember. But examination point of view, it is not important. Why it is not important? Because this is not a part of your syllabus.
Okay. Now after the activities, now we are moving towards the next very important part of the chapter. Not for examination point of view. I repeat, these two parts are very important, but not for examination point of view. Euclid's postulates. Under Euclid postulates, we are going to study 5 postulates. Okay. So postulate number 1: a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. Okay. Suppose 2 points are there. These 2 points are there. So we can draw from line one point to another. Like. Okay. Next. Based on this postulate 1, one axiom has been defined that given 2 distinct points, there is unique line that passes through them. Okay? If 2 points are there, only one and only one line can pass through those 2 points. So let us see. This is one point and this is the other point. Let us see. I'm going to draw all possible lines. Okay. So this is the one line which passes through these 2 points. Now I am going to draw one line which passes through Q but not passes through P. So I am going so many lines. Now through P also I am going to draw the lines. So what is my observation? Only one line passes through P and Q. Okay, right? How many lines passes through P? Infinite. How many lines passes through Q? Infinite. But passes through P and Q both is only one. Right. Now let us move towards postulate number 2. A terminated line can be produced indefinitely. Suppose this is a terminated line. Terminated line means दोनों end points है. So now we can extend right side also indefinite, left side also indefinite. So ये हम लोग that arrow marks indicate that it produces indefinite. Now next other side. Okay. So now postulate number 3. A circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. So कहीं पर भी कोई भी circle आप draw कर सकते हो एक center और एक radius लेके, right? Now postulate for all right angles are equal to one another. You can take an example of any corner of the house, ठीक है? Or you can take an example of any corner of the book. All are right angles and all are equal to 90 degree. Now let us towards the last postulate number 5. Now this is very important. If a straight line falling on 2 straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of the angles is less than two right angles. So अभी दो lines को एक intersect किया एक line, जिसको transversal line बोलेंगे, right? अब transversal line में जो sum of the interior angles on the same side है, जिस side में 90 से कम होगा, two right angle means what is two right angles? The sum, not 90. The sum of the angles on the same side of the transversal is less than 180 degree, not 90. Two right angles means 180 degree. उस साइड में वो प्रोड्यूस करने से इंटरसेक्ट करेगा. So we'll see one example. See in this example, P और Q वहाँ पे दो एंगल है, एंगल 1 और 2, और राइट साइड में जो एंगल उसको मैं कंसीडर नहीं कर रहा हूँ. On this side the sum of the angles is less than 180 degree. See these two angles. So यहाँ पे जब हम लोग extend करेंगे, so they will intersect on that side. On the other side, if we extend, it will never intersect. So that is the postulate number 5, where the sum is less than 180 degree. Sum of the interior angles on the same side is less than 180 degree. वहाँ पे extend करने से वो intersect करेगा. Okay, so therefore the lines AB and CD will eventually intersect on the left side of the PQ, right? So now we will move towards equivalent versions of Euclid's fifth postulate. This is the last postulate. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम लोग Playfair's axiom पढ़ेंगे. इसका जो equivalent version जो है वो Playfair axiom के नाम से है, right? And it is given by he is a Scottish mathematician, John Playfair. उनका पूरा नाम है. In 1729 he has given one axiom which is an equivalent version of Euclid's fifth postulate. So we'll see. Okay, the statement is that for every line L and for every point P not lying on L, there exists unique line. Unique line means one and only one, M, which passes through P and parallel to L. So I will show you. Suppose this is a line. Okay, this is a line and this is a point P. Now what, according to this statement, P से केवल एक ही लाइन जो होगा वो जो दिए हुए लाइन से पैरेलल होगा, right? Only one line passes through P is parallel to the given line. So we'll check. We'll pass so many lines. So what we are saying, only the line M is parallel to L. So we conclude that for every line L, the given line L, only one line is parallel to that given line which passes through point P. इसको दूसरे तरीके से भी हम लोग बोल सकते हैं that two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. So if Playfair's axiom अगर कोई पूछता है तो ये दोनों स्टेटमेंट में से भी कोई भी एक स्टेटमेंट बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है? So हम लोग now this the theoretical part we have already completed, only exercise are left that we will complete in the next session. मैं फिर से बता रहा हूँ, ये चैप्टर केवल अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए है. This is not for assessment. No question will come in the examination. After understanding, you can leave this chapter. Okay, you should not go through this chapter for examination point of view. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you very much.